Welcome to Bootstrap tutorial. My name is Zaman. In the previous lecture we have talked and we have worked on how to download and link the Bootstrap with the HTML with index.html. So when you're just downloading the Bootstrap, you're downloading two files or folders. One is CSS, one is GS. So why the HTML is not included? Because HTML is the structure. So we have to just create the HTML and then link it with the GS and also with the CSS. So right now the CSS and GSS link it with this index.html. Now I want to test that it is working or not. So first of all, I will create a div. I will create a class and name it container. So before the creating containers inside this class, I will just write a message that it says that welcome to Bootstrap 5 tutorial. So right now come and check it into the browser. So it is a very simple HTML. So it is right now the Bootstrap is not included or it is not affected. To test the Bootstrap right now, just introduce the class. The first class in the Bootstrap is container. Container, it means it is a general box that everything should be inside the container. So right now save it and come into the browser and open. So right now you see that automatically just it took a margin from the left side. It means that Bootstrap is now stopped working. One, we have the container, and the second one is container fluid, the second class, which is much more important. The container fluid, the difference between the container and the container fluid is that container has some space or some margin automatically, but the container does not have too much margin. It has a little bit margin, but it does not have that much more margin. It is not that much visible the margin. And then the second thing that which is much more important, it means the second class inside the Bootstrap is, or the third class inside Bootstrap is a row. So everything should be placed inside the row because after the container. For example, this is the container, the whole page is the container, and then inside the container, for example, we have many rows. We have one row, for example, for some news, another row for some pictures, another row for some other element or stuff. So inside that, I will create another div and I will put it inside the class which is called row. And then inside the row, see that the Bootstrap will divide the page in 12 sections. It means in 12 columns. For example, this is one column, second column, third column, fourth column, till 12th column. So in order to do that, for example, I will create another what we can say column and name the class the call -md for example 4. So in order to divide the page in 12 columns, so for example, if I divide it in 4 columns, I will have 3 columns here, 1, 2, and 3. This is, for example, column 1, and this is column 2, and another one is column 3. So it means that if I calculate these 3 things for 8 columns and 12 columns. So right now, if I open and refresh it, I see that it is divided in 3 sections, 4 columns. It means this is the 4 units, and this is the 4 units as well, 8, and this is the third one, which has another 4 units, and the total will become the 12th unit, or which is called span. And if I want to just divide the columns equally, and then I will remove this, only I will put the column. For example, this is the column. I will just copy and paste it, for example, 2 or 3 times or 4 times. and then I will paste it 3 times. Now you can see that the column is just divided equally, and if I copy and paste it many times, I will see the result is the equal columns. See, so this was just an example of the very first example of Bootstrap. So right now we are sure that it is working the Bootstrap properly, and we will start working more with the Bootstrap in the upcoming